You did well to endure so long, but you broke in the end, as I knew you would.
By primogenesis shall a new age of reason begin.
Weźże się, chłopie, idź uspokój, usiądź sobie na ławeczce, napijże się kawy, zrelaksuj się i zastanów się, co ty pierdolisz.
Like you to consider my needs. What we need
Sorry.
to consider.
Serdecznie na kanale Game Live z serii Final Fantasy 16, gdzie na polskie Finalna Fantazja 16, gdzie jakość wątpliwa, a komentarz w miarę satysfakcjonujący. Zapraszam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie i cieplutko do oglądania. Zaczynamy w tym punkcie, w którym skończyliśmy ostatnio.
Save me.
A creeping darkness hides in the heart of Senbrek. It stems from your wife, the traitorous Annabella.
Not another word, Dion.
Father, though you may not see it, the darkness has taken hold of you. It has made you forget yourself. But I bid you remember, there was a time when you ruled not with cruelty, but with compassion. Why now do you turn your back on your people? Why now do you seek to stoke the fires of war? You too have borne witness to this change, your eminences. And you know, as well as I, who is responsible for it. A puppet now sits upon the throne, but cut his strings, and the master loses the power!
What?
Dion, you bear steel before your emperor? Guards! Take him!
For every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. Those were your words. But when the last of your citizens has fallen, and all of their homes have been reduced to ash, what will become of your empire, of its rulers, of your god? As the mother crystals crumble one by one, and the blight sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear, our people look to their emperor for protection. Yet he labors not to secure their futures, but to seize what is left of the twins for himself. Even if it should come at the cost of everything his loyal citizens have labored to build.
Dion, you must understand.
A small price to pay, is it not? You've been blessed with great power, Dion. Enough to win me the world. So go, claim Valisthea for me, brother.
Dion.
Właśnie tak się zastanawiałem, gdzie on jest. I dostałem odpowiedź.
Gods! Gods!
Father.
Poor father. How he doted on his children. That he would die to protect me was plain. It was but a matter of when.
You planned this?
You did well to endure so long, but you broke in the end, as I knew you would. And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks. Go, Bahamut. Kinslayer.
Not again.
Brother?
It's a long story.
A co z matką?
You cannot stay here, Mother. Come. Take my hand.
Get away from me! This is all just a dream, just a bad dream! You will not take me, Shadow! You will not take me!
Nawet nie mam siły tego komentować.
Mother.
If it is consciousness that weaves your wills together, consciousness that blurs the boundary between your own will and that of others, then we shall set you apart once more. The ties that bind you shall be severed, and humanity return to its proper place. By primogenesis shall a new age of reason begin.
Weźże się, chłopie, idź uspokój, usiądź sobie na ławeczce, napisz się kawy, zrelaksuj się i zastanów się, co ty pierdolisz.
Relax, Your Majesty.
Jakiś czas później. Królewska sypialnia.
Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
If that is your wish.
Men, you are as meek as all the others.
Such feeble creatures. Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to fickle emotions which usher you to your doom. And so you bind your fragile wills with strands of consciousness.
The wretched handiwork of a wretched people.
The sons of fire were united at last, and for but a moment their flame burned bright. Soon, Mythos shall become our perfect vessel.
And then shall the world be remade.
Not before the bonds are severed, of trust, of respect, of love. Only when every strand of consciousness is cut away, may Mythos return to our side. By primogenesis shall all be undone. Mankind shall be rid of his wretchedness, and Mythos of his will. But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew. And so we bid you, find Mythos, and sever every one.
To destroy that which has no physical form. You ask the impossible.
Ja przepraszam, ale co on pitoli za głupoty?
There is nothing your black blade cannot cut, Odin. We shall unite with Mythos and bring forth a new world. So long as our vessel remains unclaimed by humanity.
It shall be done, Master. My will is yours. Mother.
No cóż, no, nasza wizyta była dość burzliwa. Okej. Kryjówka, podróż, jak najbardziej.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Tyre says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Moc światła. Clive pozyskał część esencji Eikona Bahamuta. Dostrojenie się do Bahamuta nie tylko zmienia żywioł magicznych zaklęć Clive'a, lecz także daje dostęp do kilku nowych zdolności Eikonów, na przykład impulsu, który tworzy kilka świetlistych sfer ścigających cel i zadających mu ciągłe obrażenia. Szczegóły zdolności można znaleźć w zakładce zdolności oczywiście. Atut Bahamuta. Skrzydła światła, by rozpocząć rzucanie mega rozbłysku. Okej.
Tell you I'll be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otto has to say.
Tylko szczerze mówiąc, ja nie wiem, czy ja będę używać tego ikona. Bo tutaj jestem tak jakby przyzwyczajony, wiecie o co chodzi. Jedyne za co bym mógł zamienić to może za to. Jedynie to, bo tak to nie za bardzo. To dajmy za dwójkę Bahamuta. I teraz tak, podstawowe. Okej. Impuls, tchnienie rozbłysku. Czyli tylko te dwa mamy. Rozumiem. Dobra, to patrzmy na zdolności. I teraz tak, teraz jedną rzecz wypadałoby zrobić bardzo dobrze. Bo ja z tego korzystałem w tym momencie, coś mi się wydaje. Zresetuj. Tak. Tak. Tego używam, więc nie. Natomiast tutaj co jest jeszcze następnego w zdolnościach? Wyzwól ogromny promień naładowanego światła, który podpali trafionych wrogów. Pytanie brzmi, za co bym to zamienił? Mi się wydaje, że jeśli w ogóle zamienić, to za to. Dobra, biorę to. Ucz się. To byśmy mogli ulepszyć. Mistrzostwo tak, chcę mistrzostwo. Okej. Teraz jestem zadowolony. Tutaj do mistrzostwa to potrzebuję aż 3250. No dobrze, tylko musimy to zamienić. Jak to giga rozbłysk. Wejdź jeszcze raz w menu, bo żem się pogubił. Wyposażenie, ikony, ta podstawa to jest moje, natomiast tutaj giga rozbłysk. Tak. I teraz wszystko się zgadza, teraz wszystko mi się podoba. Wszystko się rozpada. Joshua ratuje sprzymierzeńców na grzbiecie Feniksa z żarzących się ruin. Żarzących kryształowego dominium. Tak, wiemy to wszystko, ponieważ już żeśmy się... Jesteśmy po całej akcji, że tak powiem.
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Popatrzmy sobie w ogóle na mapę, czy coś tutaj mnie zaskoczy, czy... Nie. Wszystko się rozpada, po prostu tam musimy iść, rozumiem. Już powiem szczerze, że naprawdę nie wiem, czego się spodziewać po tej grze. Oczywiście mam w pozytywnym formacie to mówię. Ponieważ te sceny walk... Rozmach w niektórych miejscach mnie przeraża, że tak dobrze można zrobić sceny walk, naprawdę.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just the messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Ja bym chciał bardzo porozmawiać z Joshuą, ponieważ ich rozstanie było naprawdę długie, więc przydałoby się.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe?
A,
Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate.
musicie się do tego
No one could
przyzwyczaić.
have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
No to analizuj, no. Jak to widzisz, Vivien? Mów mi tutaj od razu.
Darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Dobrze, dostaliśmy piękne podsumowanie sytuacji. A teraz chodźmy do Harpokratesa. Posłuchajmy jego mądrości. Ciekawe, czy ma coś ciekawego do powiedzenia o bieżących wydarzeniach. Hejo!
Is a storm coming soon? Will there be thunder?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Nie, bo o
Is there
gwiazdy,
anything
wiesz?
you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining
Ja bym je mógł znaleźć, tak, gwoli ścisłości.
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive.
Mogę je znaleźć.
Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it.
Chyba, że nie. Okej, dobra.
Perhaps will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
No to w takim razie nie. Ale ja chciałem służyć pomocą. Dobra. Teraz się wracamy. Tak. Teraz się wracamy. To jest już chyba klasyka tej gry, że najpierw dostajemy po prostu takie sceny, takie epickie momenty, by potem przejść do momentu, w którym sobie tak gadamy na spokojnie, chillowo, bez żadnej presji.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means... there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Przynajmniej mamy jakieś zadanie. Lokalna mapa. Mapa świata. O kurde! Oj, 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 nie wiadomo od czego zacząć totalnie. Po kolei. Tu mi się najpierw wyświetliło. Northreach. Lecimy tutaj.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
I saw it with my own eyes. A whole of Oriflamme under a flood.
And we're next.
Izabel! Gdzie jesteś? Powiedz mi, gdzie jesteś.
My lord, milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Akashic, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultima's thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Dobra, podziękował.
We could leave. The two soldiers were carrying another.
Tak to dość szaro wygląda to miasto. Widać, że coś się stało i wisi w powietrzu, zwłaszcza jeszcze ta niepokojąca muzyka w tle.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. and protect them I shall, because they are my charges and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly, and sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Może się czegoś dowiemy nowego.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
My family.
Don't leave me,
They're
Paul.
still in the cabin.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
No wiele nam to nie pomogło.
We should head for Moor.
No i tak zrobimy, ale choć wiele to naprawdę nie pomogło. Będę tam dojdę? Czy raczej niekoniecznie? Dobrze, dotrę. Czokobo! Hejo! Dwa kile! Wow! Bogactwo. O kurwa.
I see them. With me.
Sprawdźmy tą moc. Co jest kurwa? Nie mogłem skierować strumienia w prawo.
Save your strength.
Pięknie. Dobra, jest główny. Ale ci chłopie teraz zjadę. Poszedł. Dobra.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
Izabel, łąki są czyste, ale nie wiadomo na jaki czas konkretnie. Aczkolwiek na razie jest czyściutko, można spokojnie iść na rolę, popracować i ziemniaki pokopać.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the one standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Po prostu jak coś to dzwoni, nie? To jeśli zjawię się razem z Jill, pomogę i... Masz mnie pod telefonem. Także nic się nie bój. Mogę ci jeszcze numer podać. Jak coś, żebyś wiedziała, gdzie masz dzwonić. Dobra, chodźmy do Marty. W sumie się stęskniłem za Martusią. No, tutaj też to nie najlepiej wygląda. O, no, no. Au, au.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Nie ma co zwlekać. Ja mam kurwa zdolności ikonów, mi nikt nie podskoczy. Poza tym ta ostatnia umiejętność od Bahamuta to jest, wiesz... Promień świetlny i cześć.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Au! Dobra, dawaj mi głównego, nie mam czasu na takie błahostki malutkie. Wszyscy? Myślałem, że będzie jakiś główniejszy ziomeczek. Znaczy, kurwa, dla mnie lepiej, nie? Ale mimo wszystko.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Kto to?
But how did you come to be
dobra,
here?
już wiem.
Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
My już ich spotkaliśmy wcześniej. Ale nie pamiętam w którym odcinku.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell, the Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Nie, my nie musimy. Po tym co Clive odstawia, to ja w ogóle się nie boję pchać w jakieś gówno. To jest taki minimalny rodzynek w porównaniu z tym co Clive już odwalał. Więc jakby jestem spokojny.
Mad dogs. A lot of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them.
But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
No nie wiem, pomyśleć.
Behind you!
Co to kurwa jest?
We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try.
Kamienny żółwik. Siema.
Always. Then let's do our duty.
Dobra. Dobrze. To by było na tyle. Kamienny żółwik został właśnie pokonany. Dziękuję za uwagę, było fajnie, cześć.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Dzięki, dzięki. Aczkolwiek to sobie dokończymy już w następnym odcinku, do którego bardzo serdecznie zapraszam. Także przerwa chyba 2- czy dniowa, tygodniowa. Ale tak jak już mówiłem w pewnym odcinku, że przełożę się na słowa kolejny odcinek już wkrótce. I myślę, że tak będę kończył, bo dzięki temu będę miał, nie będę czuł jakby presji, że muszę zrobić coś w 2 dni czy w tydzień, tylko po prostu na spokojnie usiądę i to zrobię. No nic, ale jebać moje dywagacje. Żegnam się z Państwem, z farcikiem ziomeczki. Yo, zostaw subika, jak chcesz, to lajka też.